Welcome back, adventurers. We have something really exciting to share with you today. I say we because I've added someone to the team. My good buddy Justin has decided to join me on this project as the 3D artist in charge of weapons, armor, and props. So let's show him a little bit of love, and we'll be hearing from him later on in this video. We've added 3 new weapons to our arsenal: the Great Axe, the Great Sword, and the Handaxe. Each of these 3 new weapons comes with unique animations and attacks, as well as sound effects that will help you slay your enemies with style. Let's take a closer look. First up, we've got the Great Axe. The Great Axe is a powerful new weapon that's great at dealing massive damage when getting up close and personal. When looking for animations for the Great Axe, something that was really important was trying to find animations that convey the weight and power of this weapon. And I think we found some pretty good ones. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate them now so you can see what they look like. So he charges all of his body weight into this massive swing and then counters back with another swing in the opposite direction. These attacks deal huge damage, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how it deals with this skeleton here. One hit kill. Wow. Talk about a powerful weapon. So you'll probably notice that there are a couple root motion issues here that we need to fix. When he charges forward with this attack, he kind of jumps back, and that's going to be an easy fix, which we'll address in the following weeks. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Justin so he can talk about the process for modeling this weapon.
Hi, my name is Justin Jacobs, and as Scott said, I am the 3D prop artist for this game. And I'm going to be showing you guys the two-handed Great Axe right now, and just kind of discussing some of the inspirations behind our art style and why the model looks the way it does. So I'm going to zoom into it real quick and just kind of go over some of the texturing methods. So in ZBrush, I wanted to make sure that I sculpted on a lot of detail all over the metal, all over the wood. I'm more of a fan of sculpting detail in this program rather than in Substance Painter. So that is exactly what I did. And we went for a more stylized approach with this one. I looked at games like World of Warcraft, Diablo, Skyrim, even Witcher. And I wanted to really merge some of those art styles together. I am personally a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls series, and I really like the fact that they add a little bit of style to their texturing, but overall the proportions of their weapons are mostly pretty realistic looking. And that's something we really wanted to capture here. And with a weapon like this, it really just consists of 3 materials. These basic weapons, we really wanted to make them look like the quality wasn't necessarily the best. And especially since you're going to find much cooler and better weapons later in the game, these tend to look really bad, just kind of strung together. And I think we've done a really good job of capturing that. So I will zoom out one more time with the Great Axe, let everyone see it, and I will let Scott take back over. Thank you so much.
Next up, we've got the Great Sword. The Great Sword is a staple in fantasy games, so we knew that we had to do it justice. One of my favorite things about the Great Sword is the run animation. I really feel like this character is channeling his inner Braveheart. Right now, we just have a simple 2-hit combo for the Great Sword, but we'll be expanding on this in the future. Let's see how it handles this skeleton. Not bad. Pretty quick attack for a 2-handed weapon, and still deals pretty good damage. That makes the Great Sword the weapon of choice for adventurers who want to deal heavy damage in close combat, but not be quite as slow as they will with the Great Axe. And now, I'm going to turn you over to Justin, who's going to explain the process for modeling this weapon.
Hi everyone. So this is the basic 2-handed Great Sword, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom out now so you can see it as a whole. And if you look at it, you can see that the proportions are nice and realistic, just like the 2-handed Great Axes were. But we also have some stylization, some chipping in the blade. The metal is very similar. And in-game, as you've probably seen from the 2 weapons that Scott's shown, the Great Axe does have a slightly different metal texture. but the actual quality and sculpting techniques in ZBrush are very similar. So if we zoom in on the blade, you can see that I did leave the sword a little bit cleaner. I wanted them to vary in quality a little bit. I didn't want all of the basic weapons to look the same, even though most of them share the same quality. There's not much you can do with wood in a sword like this. So we did add a little bit of damage to the blade and a little bit of damage to the actual handguard. But overall we kept it the same, and I'll actually go ahead and show off the leather stitching as well. Again, very stylized, but I think it's very fitting for this project. And it really does a good job of merging the stylization of games like World of Warcraft and other games like Skyrim together. Let me know what you guys think of the greatsword. Leave comments down below, please, and I will see you in the next bit.
Last but not least, we've got the Handaxe. The Handaxe is a weapon that's perfect for nimble warriors who like to get up close and personal while still having a little protection from a shield. The Handaxe is a high-risk, high-reward one-handed weapon. It has lower minimum damage and higher maximum damage, as well as a slightly greater chance to crit than the sword, which make it a good alternative for people who like that playstyle. Let's see how it handles this skeleton. So we could see that fast attack speed there, which is really great for players who like to chase back-to-back crits. Let's see what Justin has to say about his process when modeling this weapon.
For this bit, I am going to show off the one-handed axe. And immediately you can see a lot of similarities between the two-handed great axe and this one. I did this axe first and the great axe a little bit after. So I wanted to have them share a lot of qualities, but I wanted them to also be different enough for you to distinguish the different parts of the great axe from the one-handed axe. So the blades are not exactly the same. The great axe has a slightly longer blade, the chips are a little bit different, and it sticks out of the back a little bit farther, and it's a little bit bigger as a whole. So for this axe especially, I wanted to have like a nice curvy handle. I didn't want to just have a straight handle for it. And if you look at the two-handed axe, I didn't mention, but it also does have a slight lilt to it. So I like to stay away from just having straight handles in this game. I think it just adds a little more flair to the weapons when you have different shapes in the silhouette. So that's kind of one thing that we really wanted to do with this one. Most of the weapons are not just straight. There's at least a little bit of curvature or something that kind of makes it look more handmade. And you can also see some similarities in these weapons to Viking weaponry. We really wanted to capture that with our axes, because I really think that the Vikings just had awesome looking weapons, especially their axes.
But wait, there's more. We also added some sound effects to the spear attack. Let's check them out. These new sound effects definitely make the skill much more satisfying to use, and I can't wait to see what you guys think when you get to try it out for yourself. As always, thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing and clicking the bell to stay tuned to all future updates if you enjoyed this content. Questions or comments? You guys know where they go. See you later.